Okay, what I wanted to show you was the smooth action. I had a problem with this link on your engine. The opening in this link had been filed out. A lot of folks will get a rod that they think is too tight, that the distance between here and here is too tight, so they'll file that opening out and give it more slop. And what happened was, they weren't pulling, when they rotate, they weren't pulling this wheel up properly. And every once in a while, at low RPM, the thing would grab and it wouldn't pull, and I'd have to give it a help. Also, when you change directions, it wouldn't necessarily grab every time. And the other thing is, if I was going really slow, sometimes it would just lock up, and I'd have to change directions in order to get it to work again. So I took the rods off, I measured this opening, and it was about, I don't know, 18 millimeters maybe. And so then I put in, I measured some others that I had, and I had a matched set of 16 millimeters for that little oval shape that's behind this. And I put those on. Yours were steel with cadmium plating. These are nickel, okay? So these are going to have a different hue. It's going to be a little more shiny, almost like sterling silver by the time I'm done with them. But it'll be a lot smoother operating, and you won't have that hitching in the stop and go, or in the every once in a while getting that lumpiness. So I've smoothed them out as much as I could. This is where you get some of these unknowns. The other thing I don't like about these, I didn't change them, I didn't have any. But I had to change one of these wheels out. The white walls were really scratched and I hated it, so I put in white walls that I had that matched these. These, you notice, are real white. I think this is a newer wheel. I think it's a, and it's rubberized. This one's rubberized. It's a little different. You're going to have traction on front and rear. The problem with that is sometimes they're, because of the slop built into the linkage, you're going to get a push-pull process, and that could cause some jerkiness. But we'll see how it works when I get it all set up. But it just feels like this was a cheaper wheel set. This whole set is cheaper. The other thing was that those CAD-plated side rails are cheaper than the nickel. I know that for a fact. These are nice. So it just seems, plus the gear having chips in it, it just seems like this had been screwed with at some point by somebody before you got it, obviously. And it's just when you go through these things and you take them down to the bare frame and you bring them back up, you find all the bad welds, you know, in a car, solder joints for the wiring that aren't right, stuff like that. You just see it all. So I'm finding all of the nits here, but I'm letting you know, I think we finally got the last kink in this smooth operation now, and I'll be now trying to fit the smoke unit. Part of the process is I have this PC board. I know it's not very pretty, but it does work. I've built a few of these. This is the controller for the smoke. It's called Super Chuffer Rev 2. It's gonna fit right there. And what I usually do is I'll epoxy that in place, and it holds. I'll clean it really good, epoxy it in place, and then I have to wire that in. And then we have to bolt your chuff in, and then this all gets wired and a couple wires to the back, and then we should be in good shape. So that's what we have to do, and I'm sorry I didn't get more done today. I got distracted. My wife needed some things done, but I did come down, and I thought about this, worried me, and I decided I'm going to have to inspect the linkage. I think that's what it was. And I tested the roll, and I found that if I just gave this wheel just a little extra push, the linkage would work fine, and that let me know that the rod was too long. It had been filed and elongated too much, and it was only 2 millimeters, but sometimes you just get over that edge and you can't go back. So there it is. All right, I'll have to post this probably on YouTube and then give you the link, because it's kind of a windy explanation, but it's funny what you find in some of these old engines, what people have done, and they don't think anybody would ever notice. We notice. Talk to you later. Bye.